Just finished reading a number of comments on my lecture from the Army War College back in 2019. It's hilarious to read some of these comments. Some are very generous and kind. I appreciate it. Actually, most of them are very kind. A lot of people disputing with me facts that can't be disputed. They're a matter of fact. Mostly because people aren't very bright who write these comments. You lie. That's not the price of petrol. The price of petrol. Hey, it's in the title. This is a lecture from January 2019. Here's your sign. It's also in the description twice. And it's pretty evident from my explanation of the description that this is a video not the best quality because it's from a long time ago. Yet people were making comments telling me that I got it wrong. That's not how Zimbabwe is. Actually, someone wrote me an email to me, which is very instructive. It meant well. I didn't take it poorly, and I read the email. The person is a white Zimbabwean saying, hey, it's not like this. Zimbabwe is not, it's not in crisis. The country's doing fine. I'm not disputing whether Zimbabwe is doing fine or not in 2025. I published an old video from 2019 when I gave a lecture during noontime lecture series at the Army War College, which people asked me to produce because it was available. So I took that video, I put it out there, and it's doing rather well. Thank you for those who are watching it. But for the idiots who can't read English and want to give me a hard time, and for those who want to write nasty things, well, I suppose that's the nature of social media. You can be cowards behind the screen and do that nonsense. But you're welcome to watch the video. You're welcome to not watch the video. That's your prerogative. No one's twisting your arm or making you use your data. But for those who take the time to watch the video, thank you very much. And for those who had very nice compliments, I really appreciate that. It's interesting to see the whiny nonsense going on from black supremacists and racists to attack my video because they don't like its conclusions. I was not unfair to ZANU-PF. I was not unfair to the MDC. I was not unfair to white or black Zimbabweans. I simply stated the facts and gave accurate analysis of limited events to get up to that point and also the situation in Zimbabwe in 2019. If you don't like it, that's your prerogative. But being disrespectful and rude is unnecessary, and it shows juvenile behavior. Also, I noticed a few of the comments, what happened to you after you left the Army? Now you're just a crazy right-wing nut job. Well, that's not even an accurate description of who I am. So thank you for playing along, but this is coming from people that have never watched any of my content. They just post things as if they've actually paid attention or trying to mislead people as if I've gone some other direction or I'm a different person. I'm the same person that cares just as much about people. I'm the same person that wrote a presidential daily brief that saved hundreds of thousands of lives. I'm the same person that has made a significant difference and saved the lives of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, probably more than that, Africans over my career. Same person. And that bothers some people because my skin pigmentation doesn't match their worldview. So they just have to destroy and destroy and destroy. And when people make legitimate criticisms of the actions of politicians and international organizations, which is what I do, people take it personally. Get over it, unless you're at fault. Then you can take it personally. Anyway, folks, it's interesting to see the comments in social media. Thankfully, it doesn't keep me from waking up in the morning or give me nightmares at night or keep me from sleeping. I just find some of it entertaining. And the rude mannerisms to some people are just, off the charts nonsense. But this isn't really about this. The point of this is that I would really appreciate if people actually, it's funny because when I started making these videos a few years ago, I had someone complain because I wasn't putting descriptions in my videos. It takes time and I was busy doing many other things. It's just a side thing. I wasn't really focused on YouTube. Not that I'm focused on it now, although it would seem like that with all the production I do. But I didn't put descriptions there and I got these nasty comments. Well, if you only put descriptions in your video, people know what they're about. So I go to great effort to put a description in almost every video I do now. And nobody reads them. Nobody reads the descriptions. Hell, people don't even read the titles. It said Army, Zimbabwean Crisis, U.S. Army Lecture, January 2019. How hard is that? You can't even get to the end of the sentence in the title. A lot of these people didn't even read the video or watch the video. I hear the nonsense. So many of them come up. Well, first 5 minutes I've already found 2 lies. Okay, they're not lies. Stop being an asswipe. They're not lies. Just because you disagree with them, they're not lies. They didn't lie about anything in there. In fact, I'm factually correct, and you're the one who's wrong. You're the propagandist. You're the liar. When I said that about fuel prices in January 2019, it was a true statement. I'm not talking about fuel prices in 2025. You're the fool for being too stupid to pay attention, not me. And you know who I'm talking to. The handful of you that behave like that. Anyway, it's just incredibly silly the way people are on social media. Most of these people don't even watch these videos. If they do watch, they don't listen. In fact, the gentleman who wrote me an email, watched the video, watched the whole thing, and they told me that what I said was untrue, not true. How do you divine that? How do you divine that? And then I wrote back to him politely and said, no, you're mistaken. When I said this, it was true. this is true. And he wrote back and goes, oh, I didn't even realize it was 2019. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's in the title. It's in the description twice. Come on, man. What more do I have to do? Hold people's hands to lead them to the trough to drink the water? You don't have to like the water. You don't have to drink it. But don't complain about it if you haven't actually drank the water. I'm sorry. This makes for entertainment. I swear to God. It's just, it's too much. It's too much. Aidez-moi. Aidez-moi. Anyway, thanks to those who watch the content. There's been interest because of this video to me to do other videos about other places. I'll think about doing them, but I know that they won't get much attention. You know, my South African videos these days, if I did something like this, it would just, you know, who knows. But Botswana would be interesting. I might do one in Botswana, but not a lot of people watch it. And same with Eswatini or Lesotho, both of which have fascinating histories and are worth studying. But when I made documentaries in the past, nobody watches. Nobody watches. The Goed Constantia documentary that we filmed in August 2022, shadow banned by YouTube, still has not even 2,000 views after all of these years. Anyway, so is it worth the juice, worth the squeeze? I don't know. But on the Zimbabwe thing, thanks for those who watched it. And for those who don't understand English, I understand. I speak 6 languages to varying degrees of proficiency. I appreciate where you're coming from. And pay attention when I said sanctions on individuals and state-owned enterprises that they were involved with. That's what I said, and that's the truth. Any American that's dumb enough to invest in Zimbabwe is welcome to do it. There's no prohibition. I can put my money in Zimbabwe. Of course, a few years ago, I'd have to give 51% of my equity to a black Zimbabwean because they had a racist indigenization law. So I'm not that stupid. It's a shame. What a great country destroyed by ZANU-PF. Anyway, thanks for the stupid comments, and also thank you for the genuine comments that were kind. Appreciate it. Cheers.